Welcome to Center of Light, all you beautiful, sexy human creatures. I am baptizing you in my intentions of love and light, bliss, power, might, ease. And guess what? You're not privileged because everyone has.
Access granted.
And all it requires is the want. The wanting of the thing. My Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Psalm 23, which we're going to be talking about tonight. I have Center of Light Radio, where I interview other people. I have The Cave, which I'm loving. I'm still loving it, and people are loving it. And I did not want to do this in a cave presentation. Cave presentation is about healing. Though this is about healing, this is Center of Light TV. I distinguish these on purpose. This is me talking to you, not about this go inside woo-woo samadhi with God, which is beautiful. I use woo-woo because it's a fun word. This is about it's about wisdom, but it's definitely about information. Information, when things are inward and in a state of formation, then we have information. Jesus was the personification of information, but in formation as a divine Lord to say, follow my walk. Not just my talk, my walk. Welcome to Center of Light TV. Everything I have been discussing, sharing, outpouring with every fiber of my being is about tonight. It's happening. I'm not trying to overblow this, try not to be dramatic, but it will overblow your mind, and it is dramatic. So why not be that and push it into the current a little further, a little deeper? Tonight we're talking about, check this out. Witches to play their trump card, their Psalm 23. This presentation, not congrats to Keith, I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable and able to deliver. And what I want to deliver, most important than anything, this is not about bashing Donald Trump. Wouldn't be good to do so. I wouldn't get that particular right wing, or whatever they are, whatever wing of the bird they are, I would not get their attention. Nor am I going to bash the witches, which we're going to get around all that nonsensical word that causes nothing but trouble because it's ignorant and a lack of understanding. Nor the Wiccans. So I'm going to play right in the middle to bring about an understanding of something that is going to soon transpire. But I'm going to give it to you raw. Let's play news source. This just in. This just in. Special bulletin. Witches to play their trump card. How perfect is that for a double entendre? I want to say hi to all the beautiful, sexy human creatures. Kelly says she's opening and listening. What's up, Heather Turpey? Cascade, Sonny, Bo, Linda Willis, Anna, Patty, Martin, Stewart, Peggy C. Franks. What's up, Peggy? Christine, Elwood, Bo, Lynn, Krista, Kobe. Dear Lord, the tribe is here. Mary, Jeannie, I Dream of Jeannie, Kristen Davis, Christy Collins, Angela Tyner, John Berthelot, Darlene Sexton, Jason Hall says, hola. Kelly Curtis sends me a picture or a metaphorical picture of her life with those birds. I love it. Another genie? No, same genie. There's only one genie. Aladdin. Or Barbara Eden. What's up, Renando? It's good to see you, precious. So tonight we are talking about witches to play their trump card. This is an actual thing that is going to occur if it has not started already, but if I'm not mistaken, it's going to start this Friday. The information I have in the presentation will reveal that. I'm just guessing for right now. Tony Meharry is in the house. Everyone, if you would, I'm asking you, I'm beseeching you, I'm begging you, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. What is Keith about to do? Just close your eyes. Take 3 beautiful deep breaths to invoke your Creator's presence. Taste it in the roof of your mouth, on your palate, on your tongue. How delicious it is to breathe. And see someone by the name of Amber. That's all I have to say. Right there. Crystal clear. Amber. Right there, crystal clear. She's a beautiful soul. Right there, with all love and power from the Creator that you've invoked within yourself. See her as whole and healed in her highest good. That's all I ask. What's up, Debbie? Nori Love, Jason Doyle. So tonight, we're not going to pit anyone against anyone. But we're going to get down to what is real and raw. And what I have been sharing, and really not caring what people think. Not because I'm that kind of guy, because I'm this kind of guy. I don't care what you think. I'm passionate, sincere, humble, and vulnerable. And that makes me protected. That makes me safe. And that will do the same for you. You can bet on that. What's up, Nirav? You did give me the pronunciation. Please give it to me again. I love getting people's vibratory names correct. So tonight we're talking about witches to play with their trump card, This is an actual thing that's going to happen all around the world, definitely the United States. Don't go away just yet. I'm not opposed to Trump. I'm not opposed to Wiccans. I'm not in favor of Trump. I'm not in favor to Wiccans. I'm in favor to that which is pure, whole, and the truth to the Dickens. Do you get my lickens? Here's an ice cream cone. Kids love ice cream cones. You want to see God? If you've never seen God, you want to see God, give a child an ice cream cone. Are you listening? Hello? And again, we're not going to go there. I'm going to leave that there. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Karen. And Karen as well. Tony says, thank you, brother. God bless you. Bro, God bless you, man. We're all blessed. So tonight, our topic is witches. Y'all listen to me now. Witches. Oh, that sounds so bad. Witches. The witches, bitches. They're going to attack Donald Trump. This presentation is not about attacking Trump or politics, nor anything else. It's to foster an understanding. And when we understand and stand under something that is truth, the nonsense gets out of the way quickly. I want to see who is here, again, in the other forum. I knew, not that I care about numbers, but I knew tonight was going to bring in a larger audience, live, or at least revealing themselves. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're honest. And because I'm going to be honest, I want to show you something. Because I love you. You are being played like a freaking violin. We are all being played like a freaking violin. Until we realize the conductor is not good and he needs to be fired. And then you play your own instrument to the fullest because you're playing music in the first place simply for the sheer fact and love of playing music. Not because you're expecting a return. You musician, you spiritual musician, you You can play a flute. You can play the radio. You can play a lute. Doesn't matter. You know what you like. You know what spiritual music resonates your heart. Sometimes spiritual truth may buck your current. It doesn't mean that it's not a current event that one should or could lean into for a better glory. I am not going to give you a story tonight. I am going to share with you something I have been saying for 2 years. And guess what? It does not end there. What I am going to share with you tonight, as powerful and impactful and shock and awful as it will be. This is the first coat of paint on a 200-year-old house. Cat or mouse? We're going to reveal facts. I'm very good at what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do. And I want to deliver this heart space of mine to you, to share with you about witches. No, bitches, it ain't that. Witches to play their trump card. And so those people who are trying to divide us already, even though this is current event, this is the image they used. I am Wiccan. I am a witch. I'm also a warlock. I'm a Christian. I'm a Buddhist. I'm a father. I'm an uncle. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I'm a Hindi. I'm a Muslim. I'm all these things that represent everything that is absolutely beautiful to everyone. You can call it whatever you like, because we will all call it what we like, because that's the word or the utterance that we have learned to call such things of beauty. Then it becomes our duty to offer that to everyone and everything, which is what we will be talking about tonight through witches to play their trump card, which is understanding. You have to understand the truth about the nonsense that is being delivered to you. Look at this image. Just check it out. Without judgment, just look at the play of the card. Look at this. Oh, Donald Trump is frustrated. And the witches are conjuring up a spell in their cauldron. You're already being lied to on both sides. You're being lied to on both sides, because none of those are the truth. None of them are the truth. They may have truth to it, but they're not the truth. And they are equally as important as the other. There are no cultic witch clans conspiring to erase Donald Trump. Though it is led out that way, there is something that is transpiring with the Wiccan movement because they want something. Psalm 23, which we're going to be sharing tonight. In fact, keep it in your brain. Psalm 23, from the Bible, in fact. Psalm 23, Psalm 23, Psalm 23. That is going to be the resounding song for tonight. In fact, 23, 2, and 3 is 5. And tonight has everything to do with 5. Wow, that just came in. Just in I mail, and I'm a male. Boop. So, Psalm 23. Remember Psalm 23. Psalm 23 does not apply to those on this side and not those on that side. Nor does it apply to those on this side and not those on that side. It is applicable evenly across the board. It's a sword of light power and might that spells out spiritual law and understanding. And you can't buck that. You can. No, you can't. You can try. But you will always delay your time of peace and the world's time of peace. So why would this Wiccan culture, let's use that word culture, most people, honestly, in the West, and fundamental Christian backgrounds, they use that word cult. And they just throw it around. And I understand it. They throw it around. But believe it or not, those people are in a cult themselves. Because if you look up Webster's dictionary and look up the word culture, it says, basically, I'm going to paraphrase, to follow one model, to follow one ideal. So we can't go around slinging mud when we're ignorant of the truth. Webster's, in this case, would be the truth. Because it paints the picture and the idea and the understanding and the ability to see what the word cult, culture, actually means. So we can't go around pointing fingers. Neither should the right wing or those who support Trump, those who are no wing at all. Many people across the world support Trump. I'm not supporting Trump, and I'm not anti-supporting Trump. I'm just sitting back watching this beautiful unfoldment on the greatest stage in the entire universe called planet Earth unfold in front of my face. And I'm loving the ride that I am on. And I've learned to take the seatbelt off. I want to be tossed around. But also, equally, I want to find myself planted in the tossing around so I can be embraced on the roller coaster at the amusement park, but also enjoy the fact that I got on the roller coaster in the first place. To be tossed around. To find myself centered in the seat of the soul, in the seat of the car. Because you are the car. What we think is you is the car. We move forward, our body. But centered, so I can enjoy the ride. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to be here for a while. I hope you enjoy this ride. I'm going to Ascensionville. I don't claim to know everything, but what I know and what I share it from soul to bones. I am very passionate about what I do. There is no one on the face of this earth that is more passionate than me about whatever they do. Doesn't mean I'm more passionate than them. You can bet I am on their Achilles heel, tugging on their coattails because I'm right up your ass. We'll be right back. Hang on tight. Go get your popcorn, use the bathroom, get you a shot, get you some Mother Earth, get you a glass of wine. We're going into the rabbit hole. I'm going. Follow me. Change is happening to levels most people don't see, don't care to see, do see, don't understand, and they are scared to death. With every breath that they suffocate, it is my life mission to help you liberate. Lavender Soul, new album coming out soon. Memphis Symphony Orchestra members, we are writing the album now. It's time for a change, y'all.
Surely as the rain may fall, I wonder why. Worried there'll come a time when my world is dry. Oh, so dry in the summertime. I won't have no water. Oh, the wait, it's a little bit harder to take. Lonely as I contemplate a billion stars, leaving my hands to fate. That's all I've got, all I've got. In the summertime, I won't have no water. It's a little bit harder to leaving my hands to fade. All up to fade. I wonder why. Ooh, I wonder why. Time for a change. Time for a change. Time for a
Welcome to Center of Light. I am always about immediate experience. Not that there's any doubters in here. I doubt. I have my doubts. I'm getting better at it, exponentially, proficiently better at my faith. Well, Keith, as a teacher, shouldn't you be full of faith? I am full of faith. But I still have my own growing to do. Because if I didn't, I would not be in this corporal body, this corporal situation, but I am. And I'm grateful for it. So I'm all about experience. So not that you are a doubter. I want to help you feel something tangible that for whoever you are, you simply in this moment may not. Close your eyes. If you are here to experience them, simply close your eyes. I am going to illuminate you and light you on fire. Close your eyes. Take a very deep breath. with the passion to experience your Maker. What is that breath like? Can you breathe so beautifully that in one breath you can invite your Maker into your experience? That's the breath I want you to take. And when you exhale the belief, the nonsense, the dogma, repeat the process again. Take that beautiful, powerful, illuminating, infinite breath into your experience with the intention of saying, God, I need your attention. And you exhale, and you do it again. And you turn up the fire. Turn up the fire. And you breathe like you want it, like your last breath. Breathe in your Maker. Allow it to permeate you. As you exhale, nonsense. Open your eyes. Does it not feel different to be you than before what I offered you? It feels completely different. You are, in fact, you just reincarnated. You reincarnated a new idea into who you are. That's called the Christ. That's called a rebirth. What you just heard, that song, Time for a Change, is from Lavender Soul. We are writing a new album now. I am about to launch. We're about to get into some serious staunch. Tonight's presentation, witches to play their trump card. I'm about to launch a new course. Inner course. Have sex with yourself. Be intimate with yourself. Fondle yourself. Touch yourself in a way you've never touched yourself. And I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about touching yourself. It's called Power, Connection, and Purpose. You interested in a 6 weeks bust you wide open course? I will bust you wide open. I will grab you and throw you off the cliff myself if I have to. Keith, I'm interested in your course. Put it in this form. Before we get down to Center of Light TV business, I want to share with you something that is a staple, signature of who I am, what I do, and why I do it. I'm not trying to show off. I'm trying to show something. That there are 4 models which I will be talking about in this course. One of those models is called, they all apply to what I'm about to share with you. Sincerity. Sincerity. It means I mean it. I'm serious about this. So what I want to share with you is to open up the floor for this segment of Center of Light TV with our conversation model tonight, witches to play their trump card, is to use this candle that my beautiful 14 almost and a half year old son gave me on Father's Day. This is very important. This seems like fluff and woo-woo, and that's okay. You can exit anytime you like. Or you can enter. Enter anytime you like. My 14-year-old son gave me this candle on Father's Day, and I use it when it's time. And it's time. And I light it as a christening, as a blessing, as an intention. We're going to be talking about Psalm 23 as a blessing into the truth of what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. Let's get down to the business. Let me get settled and find my notes, because this is not something spiritual which I can connect to in an intuitive way. This is something that requires my reading, and which we will do some of it. This is all about understanding But let me share with you equally, as emphatic as Donald Trump is about whatever he is, I'm not judging. I'm not saying it's in, out, up, down, good, bad, right, wrong, hot, cold, left, right. I'm not saying any of that. But whatever. I will tell you, share with you, that this man, this God-realized man from India, let me find it. This is all integral to this presentation. This God-realized man from India foretold what I'm going to share with you was going to happen. Look at my face. I am in true divine bliss. Look at my son. His eyes are illumined. This is God on earth today in the form of a human being. This was pre-Donald Trump. He said, when I was with him, the United States and North Korea, I'm paraphrasing, are going to sit down and chill the fuck out. He told me this in an interview. I will send you the link to the interview. That did happen. In Donald Trump's quote defense, he is the manifestation of the divine will for that reason. And if it was for that reason and that reason only, it served its divine purpose. Awesome. Donald Trump heard the call. Might be unconscious, but he heard the call and he acted out his actorship, his actor on the great stage of earth. This is not anti nor support of DT. It's not. It's stating the facts, the truth, the heart of the matter. Gotta get down to the heart of the matter where the will gets weak. And my thoughts seem to shadow what I think it's about. Forgiveness, forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore. So, we're speaking about witches to play their trump card. There is an article. I pretty much think it's true. And even if it's not true, what is true is the fact that what is ado is this new stuff that is happening on this planet. And as I said earlier, I've been saying this for 2 years. I'm not saying, look at Keith, he's been saying this for 2 years. I'm saying I've been saying this for 2 years. This is happening. And this is very much even the tippest tip of the iceberg. But it requires for any of us to get cold, as it seems like we set out in the tundra of things. Let's get down. Time to rock. Again, my presentation with you tonight is not about blame, pointing finger, pro or anti. It's about revealing facts and the truth that fosters understanding. Witches to play their trump card. I showed you that image, that misleading image. It's misleading. Here's the image. Donald Trump frustrated, and the witches are casting a brew in their cauldron and all this nonsense. You're being lied to about something that is true, that is happening. It is my job, my task, my passion, my sincerity, my humility, and my vulnerability to reveal to you what I personally think, if that matters to you whatsoever, is transpiring. We all deserve understanding. Let's first look at this image. The Wiccans of the world, or at least the United States, are planning, starting Friday, if I'm not mistaken, but I will get to that. I will read it. It will reveal itself and correct itself if I'm wrong. Are planning to pull a tarot deck card, which is the Tower. Automatically right-winged, heavy, staunch, and I use that word to describe, not to offend or judge Christians. Staunch. To pull a tarot card, that's bad already. It's a tarot card. This is demonic. Understanding is afoot, y'all. Stick around. I'm not here to convince you or sway you. I'm here to present an understanding of something that when we are clear, we can go, oh my God, this or that. So they are going to pull this card. The one smack dab in the middle of this splash banner, which is the tarot card, the Rider-Waite deck upgraded. And we see this tower. Now here's where it gets a little freaking strange. Are you ready to? As you look at this tower, this is an actual card in the Rider-Waite deck called the Tower. You may think this is sheer coincidence, but I'm telling you, you are correct. Two things are coinciding to reveal to you that which I've been saying for 2 years now, to bring you to this point as to why you are in this forum to partake of this knowledge and this wisdom and this realization and this reality of what is happening. Check this out. This has been around for hundreds of years. The Rider-Waite deck, the card in the middle, the Tower. And now we bring Trump into the situation, and it becomes the Trump Towers. And as we look at this Tower Tarot card, it has no reflection on Donald Trump. It's coincidence, synchronistic, aligned, that in this phase of the game of life, that these people are jumping out of this tower. The tower is on fire. This is not any responsibility on Donald Trump. This is about present day reality. Doesn't matter what you call it, a minion or principality. This is what's happening. It requires all of us to stop our mouth, to stop our thoughts, and to move back and take it all in. So I showed you Trump Tower. We know Trump to have a Trump Towers. And I showed you the Wiccans who plan on pulling this card, the Tower card, Trump Tower. And we see all these people jumping out of a tower that's on fire. If you've been following my work about going into the cave, it's all about fire. The world is being restored, restoration process by fire, trial by fire. We know revelation in apocalyptic times to be by fire. You are on fire. The world is on fire. We are here to acquire our greatest desire, which is everything higher. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. So again, as we refer back to this card, we see Donald Trump. We see the Tower card from the Wiccans. Coincidentally, Donald Trump, the Trump Towers. But also we see the Wiccan. It's not Wiccan. Let's just call it the star. It's called a pentagram. I told you earlier we're going to be talking about the number 5. 2 and 3 is 5. You think this is just a coincidence? A top? I'm laughing not because I'm making fun, because I'm making fun. It's fun. Listen to what I'm offering you. Looking at this splash promo banner, Psalm 23, 2 and 3 is 5. And underneath is the Wiccan, a Wiccan. It's not even only Wiccan. It's Christian. No, that's the pentagram. No, it's Christian. The Star of David, hello? This has been passed down through many scriptural literature. So when we look at, again, this screen, Psalm 23. Psalm 23 is our saving grace for the truth between Donald Trump and the Wiccans that are to play their Trump card starting, I think, this Friday. So the truth, the sounding board, the barometer is always Psalm 23. No Christian can deny that. It's in the Bible. I'm a Christian. That's the truth because it's in the Bible in Psalm 23. No Wiccan would deny that because it's part of their code, creed, talk, and walk. So in Psalm 23 is already a unity happening. Everything that is not happening inside that unity is nonsense and bullshit. Who can argue with that truth? So if Psalm 23 is biblical and Christian, and the Christians are right, and if Psalm 23 is Wiccan, and the Wiccans are right, guess what? In the shake hands deal of it all, they are both right. So my task, my love, my passion is to bring that common thread truth through in such a way that who are watching now, who will participate in the future understands that when this becomes so mainstream and everybody's pointing the finger at the Wiccans because they are witches and demons trying to fight the good, don't be caught on the wrong side of the fence. Everybody, every group has an agenda. So how do we begin to understand the truth between Donald Trump, who is a truth? He is a truth. He is a truth. He is a true human being that has an influential power, not only to those who follow him, but to the entire world who may not like him. He is influential that way. Right, wrong, good, bad, in, out, up, down, left, right, holy, blasphemy, doesn't matter. This is an experience that is being shared among the collective. Donald Trump. Witches, warlocks, Wiccans. For the dickens of the truth, don't be lost in the nonsense of that word that was imposed upon you, or the idea that was imposed upon you to believe in the nonsense. Let me enlighten anyone what a witch. It's a bad word. It's a beautiful word. But the connotation, you've been lied to. So let's put that aside and use something that's more palatable. Something a little more tasty. Something a little more easy to digest. Let's call them Wiccans. So who are the Wiccans? They are no different than the Christians. They're no different than the Buddhists. They're no different than the Muslims or the Hindus. They're no more different than the firemen. They're no more different than the policemen. They're no more different than the people who are in paramedics. They're no more different than the doctors. They are a group of people that get together either for the well-being and welfare of humanity or not. I know many musicians who are assholes. I know many Christians that are assholes. I know many groups of people that are all these judgmental, call a spade, said thing. So now it takes the argument and the piss and vinegar out of the fact that Donald Trump and the right wing and the Republicans and the Wiccans and the witches that want to burn down everything that's sacred and holy and blasphemous. People are people all across the board, everywhere in the world, on every possible level of reality that imply and or intend something beautiful or something detrimental. So who are these Wiccans that are opposing Donald Trump starting soon in such a way they don't want him impeached? They want him gone. It sounds like they want, of course, an average mind would think, oh, they want to put pins in this doll and destroy him. If you went there, shame on you, or see that you have bought into a lie. So if it doesn't mean that, Keith, what does it mean? I will share it with you. They're not trying to destroy anything. Like everybody else, they're trying to evolve everything, including themselves, and they're not so selfish that they want to evolve the world. They're no different than the firemen, no different than the policeman, no different than the Buddhist, no different than the Christian. They're just a group that calls themselves this particular title, and everyone has an agenda. So it takes out the nonsense. I have a lot of reading to do. I'm going to do my best to skip over and intuit everything. What is the Wiccan belief? That's an honest question. That's a very honest, purposeful question. What is the Wiccan belief for those who do not understand what is the Wiccan belief? Good grief, let's all learn about it together. What is the Wiccan belief? They believe in the goddess. That word automatically for some says, uh-oh. Goddess means the mother aspect of God. Not the father, but the mother aspect of God. They believe in the goddess. Respect nature. So before anyone on any wing in any fundamental belief, not knowing, but belief system, takes it to the level of being redonkulous, what is the Wiccan belief? The belief in the goddess, the mother aspect of God. They respect nature and hold both polyistic and pantheistic views. Meaning, I understand God is one. So if God is one, it's not male nor female, it's not this or that. Well, exactly, that is correct. God is not male nor female nor this or that. God is everything. So in that one is the whole of everything. That's what this means. Don't take it out of context to protect yourself from a belief of yours that may cause cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance to make you feel embarrassed or wrong. It's not necessary. Most Wiccans accept the so-called Wiccan Rede, an ethical code that states, this is so Christian, and Christian is so this. That's the shake hands deal of what this presentation is going to be about. Hence, I am not going to bash Donald Trump, nor religion, nor politics. That's the shake hands deal. Most Wiccans accept the so-called Wiccan Rede, an ethical code that states, if it harm none, do what you will. The golden rule. So automatically the Wiccans and the whatevers are shaking hands already. But are they choosing to follow that same code, that same rede, that same creed? If harm none, do what you will. The true meaning of the pentagram, we talked about 5. Psalm 23, which rectifies the pride in this side and that side. Tonight we're speaking about witches to play their trump card. This is going to happen, and they're going to do this every so often until their agenda is manifested. The true meaning of the pentagram. If you're Christian, I'm not judging Christianity, I'm saying if you're a Christian or whatever you are that follows the American way, that American way includes Washington, D.C., what does have the Pentagon. You can't escape that, otherwise you're lying to yourself. There is an icon, a symbol there called the Pentagon. And it houses everything that most fundamental Christians believe in. The Pentagon, Washington, D.C., the creed, code, talk, walk, sect of all that is in Washington, D.C. So that being said, that you can't escape it, it puts us anyone into that place of saying, okay, I understand that. So there's a pentagram involved into the Pentagon. So now that I have an understanding and I have to agree with that, we're going to move further into the presentation. The true meaning of the pentagram, recognized by people around the world. The ancient symbol of the pentagram is often feared. It's often feared and widely misunderstood. This simple 5-pointed star has a rich and varied history, used by ancient Chinese and Japanese religions to symbolize the 5 elements of the earth: life, fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. The pentagram was believed to contain magical properties. Do you see where we're going with this? Early Christians, even early Christians, used the pentagram to represent the Star of Bethlehem. As time went on, this mystical representation of harmony, peace, and health evolved into a symbol of satanic worship. Let's explore the real meaning of the pentagram, the history of the pentagram. The earliest use of the pentagram dates back to 3,500 years ago BC. The Chaldees of Mesopotamia inscribed the symbol on their pottery and other artifacts. The Hebrews used the pentagram as a symbol of truth. Wow! And to represent the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Hebrew scriptures. Is this not biblical? Is this not Torah? The Pythagoreans of ancient Greece were fascinated by the mathematical purity of the symbol and viewed it as a sign of perfection. So these Wiccans that are using their trump card understand this history, and they're using it with the intention of creating perfection. Ancient Babylonians used the pentagram to represent the gods, all under one creator, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, gods, and religious beliefs of their culture. During the medieval era, Christians believed that the pentagram symbolized the 5 wounds of Christ, and it was used to ward off evil spirits. I think the Wiccans actually understand this. They are actually using the 5 elements, including the 5 supposed wounds of Christ, to ward off evil spirits. I am not in no way, shape, form, or fashion calling Donald Trump an evil spirit. I am saying that this is their intention as to why they are going to do what they are going to do. They are pure in their intention. For the first few hundred years of Christ's death, The pentagram was the primary symbol of the Catholic Church. The Inquisition was a period of violence and upheaval in the Christian church. People who did not conform to the church's strict views were executed, were deemed evil, and seen as tool of the devil. The pagans went into hiding. They were scared to death. They were being slaughtered, burned at the stake. Were deemed evil and seen as a tool of the devil. The pagans went into hiding, secluding themselves from the religious persecution and burning trials that haunted them. This goes on forever and forever and forever and forever, and it just comes out and it comes out. I'm going to take a breath and a pause, and I'm going to be right back. Hello, everyone. Rebecca, Renee, Robert, Steve Cobb, Rob Rogers, George. Hey, George, what's up, bro? Amy Jameson, Kelly, Stephen Shaw. Dude, you're a great singer, guitar player, man. I really enjoyed meeting you and spending time with Lacey Chapman, Vicky, Beth. Let's see who's still here before I take my short pause. Nori Love, Angelic Being. Krista Huggins, Angelic Being. Darlene, Angelic Being. All these beautiful people. Rena, Beth, Debbie, Bo, Rob. What's up? Rob Dog, Animal. Rebecca, Kelly, Tammy Soudier. I had a crush on Tammy Soudier back when I was about 12. Truth be told. Linda, Amy, Anna. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard Yanava. I am not pro nor anti anything. I am all about living in the truth. I don't know what the truth is, which gives me the greatest possibility to lean into it, because I don't believe in something that I simply have no idea about. I can believe what people told me. I can believe in the media. I can believe in a book. I can believe in what my parents told me. I like the idea of those things that I was taught that are beautiful. But those things that seem damaging, I'm not interested in. Tonight we're speaking about the witches. Them sons of bitches. Them witches. Let me show you them witches. Here's the article's image. Donald Trump so frustrated. And on the other side we got the witches conjuring up a brew. You will see this in the media really soon. And fortunately, you go, oh my God, Keith was so on top of things. I caught his presentation. So I'm not going to buy into something that I might have been led into to sway me. Witches are not what you think. They're called Wiccans. Just like you might be a Christian or a Buddhist or a fireman or a chef or the Blanchards or the Bowmans or the Jordans or the Smiths or the Jones. It's a way of compartmentalizing ideas, people, and cultures. You can always say the Johnsons are the bad people. They will say the same about you. The shake hands deal, which we're going to get into after this quick pause, is Psalm 23. 2 and 3 is 5. We've been talking about pentagrams and the Pentagon and everything that represents 5. The Star of Bethlehem. The Wiccan symbol for earth, fire, air, water, metal, wood. All those things that are holy and good. So when this comes down your Facebook social media platform, stream, dream is something else. Get out of the nonsense of what you may have been taught and you bought into. The reason these Wiccans are going to pull or play their trump card is not what most people think. They want the same thing that Trump wants. Same thing that the Christians want. The same thing that everyone wants. Their agenda is equally as pure as anyone else. You can bet. It may not align up with your thinking, but it will align up with your heart if you stick around. You are thinking the same as they. Don't let the division of words and labels fool you into the nonsense. Make sense of it all. Have your life be that of currency. Move into the current. And then you will see. Wiccans, to play their trump card, I will bring about an understanding. Stick around. It's time to breathe.
Trust that I will guide you in whatever you do. Just remember to breathe and do your very best to live in love, give in love, be in love, and love you shall receive.
What I want to be and see, what I want to see and want, knowing God is by my side. There is nothing I need to know. Expand myself to know there is no one else but me and God who's in my heart.
Welcome back to Center of Light. What you just heard was a cut from my band Lavender Soul. We're coming out with a new album in the future. We're starting to write this album now. It's multicultural. Multicultural. And being a part of my love, my passion, my life, which is you. Everyone has.
Access granted.
What that requires from you is yourself. I'm a teacher. I've reincarnated on this planet. I know why I'm here. It doesn't make me special. It makes me joyful. To share with you things that are happening. So we are talking tonight about witches to play their trump card. Donald Trump. The card in the middle is from the tarot card deck. Tarot card deck is about using a catalyst to launch inspiration. And the Wiccan symbol, which is the pentagram, and Psalm 23. We are about to get into that. So, what this announcement to the world that soon these Wiccans are to cast a spell. No, that word wasn't used, so I'm not going to go there. My mistake. But if you look at Donald Trump, he's just flabbergasted and flustered and frustrated. And we see the Wiccans on the other side conjuring up this evil spell with pins and needles and a cauldron and all that nonsense. You have been influenced with a lie already. So let me share with you the truth. Pretty bold statement in it. I can back it up. So that when this does come down your Facebook feed, or to your news stream, or into your experience, you go, I heard this presentation. That forewarned me to see this from a different perspective. That different perspective, listen to me, that very carefully, that different perspective holds everything in the form of beauty as a possibility in your hand. When the nonsense begins to go down, it's coming. The storm is coming. It's here. Or you're going to be the eye of the storm and be calm, to where the storm all around you can be bitching all at once. You're going to be the calm one, as the Christ, as the Buddha, as the Krishna, as the Muhammad, as the Swamiji Visvayogi, as the Paramahansa Yogananda, as your great-grandmother who was imbued with such divine light and wisdom. That's what it comes down to. You. So this same Wiccan, this same Wiccan card they're going to pull to stop Donald Trump. This is not about we're going to squash this fascist guy, blah, blah, blah. It's not that. They have an intention to create a Stargate, a shortcut to the embodiment of all of us and everyone's potential to be the personification of heaven on earth. That's their intention. So should I have to mention further about that? Because it's not about this or that. That's their intention. So is the same intention for everyone that follows Donald Trump. So that being said, we meet in the middle. We already have the same intention. Psalm 23 is going to bring it home. As we look at these so-called witches, people who live in white magic as opposed to dark magic, we have people all over the world who live in white and dark magic. And there's some gray stuff in between. How many shades of gray? Hello? How much do you want to play into the arousal and the sexual intercourse of your life? This all comes into play, dear one. It all comes into play. Those witches, Wiccans, that are supposedly going to cast this spell, hear this honestly, you can't escape it. I'm right in my posture. I'm right in my stance. I'm right in my disposition. I'm right in my Wiccan, and I'm right in my Christian, and I'm right in my this, and I'm right in my that. Let me give you the skinny on the fat. Those Wiccans that supposedly casting a spell equally, there are Christians. Let me read you the article. Let me read you the article. It's about wave and particle. The Wiccans say it's restraint, not harm. Let me say it again. These Wiccans who are doing this ritual repeatedly, and I think it's Fridays, regardless, it's not about harm. It's about restraint, not harm. We see it as self-defense. So let's go to Psalm 23. Blessed be, through this nonsense, we will all be set free and be able to see. Wow. Psalm 23. So the Christians don't get upset at the Wiccans, and vice versa to the Dickens. Let's resolve to Psalm 23. The Christians love their Psalm 23, and I love it myself. And the Wiccans love their Psalm 23, and I love it myself, and we love it ourselves. So since Psalm 23 is the seal is open, the angels are trumpeting, it brings us together in this truth, Psalm 23. Let's look at Psalm 23 so we can understand the Wiccans' intention of why they are doing what they are doing. They're not jacking around or trying to screwing around. That's not what they're doing. They're every bit as intentful and as pure-hearted as anyone else. So let's understand Psalm 23. Blessed be. Psalm 23. King James Version, because it's the most common. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely the goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Wow! I'm going to say that again because it moved me. Wow! If this is the Wiccan code, I want to live in that abode, as many and most Christians do. So Psalm 23 brought it all back home into a place of forgiveness and understanding. You have to stand under something that means everything. Whether you have nothing to offer, what you have to offer is yourself to understanding. To stand under that something that is the abode of everything. So the Christians, the right wing, mostly, because that is the followers per se of the Trump experience. I'm not judging it. I love the fact that Trump was the manifestation of sitting down with North Korea. Even Swamiji Viswayogi has said a few years ago, the United States will sit down with North Korea, I'm paraphrasing of course, and a shake hands deal. That happened. If that was the only reason that Donald Trump came into office, it was because of the divine will, and that's enough. So it's enough. So isn't it not enough that everyone stops bitching? Because you're not seeing the truth. Because we're not pulled back far enough to understand the dance and the dichotomy of all that is happening. But I will tell you, as your cosmic sibling, that the Wiccan's experience is no better than the Christian. They're saying we had enough. They're not blaming Trump. What they're saying is Trump just so happens to be the manifestation of everything that we're not looking forward to as a world, and as a representation of the world, they're speaking for themselves. So those Wiccans who are offering and about to launch their juju, the Christians in this news post are doing the same thing. Guess what the Christians are doing? They're saying, "Dear Jesus Christ, my Lord, let's oppose what these people are doing." That's what they're doing. But what is not happening is the understanding of the Christians. I'm not blaming the Christians. I'm not down on Christians. I'm telling you the dynamic that's happening or will happen. They're not allowing themselves to see that this is the same thing happening. Because as they think they are being casted upon, they are in turn casting upon another spell. They're casting a Christian spell upon their ignorance of what they think is happening in the Wiccan spell. But that's not what's happening at all. The Wiccans are on their side as well to say, "I so love you. What we are doing is to offer this praise up to give you exactly what you, my brother and sister, are asking for." Psalm 23 says this: "It will solve the argument that is soon to come down your Facebook pike." Love, like, hate, might, whatever you like. Psalm 23 sounds something like this. Again, as I said earlier, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures, and leadeth me beside the still waters." If anyone had so much faith in their faith and their deity, how could you be swayed ever by someone of depravity? You can't. Because your faith is strong, it's solid, it's valid. You are being lied to. And the truth is, what is happening, what I have been sharing with you for 2 years, being in touch with these divine men doesn't make me special. It makes me blissful and aware as to why I'm able to share with you something that you cannot compare to any other nonsense and bullshittery that you're going to be fed through social media. So what these Wiccans are doing, they're not opposing truly Donald Trump. That's not what they're doing. They're saying, we're playing our trump card for all that we believe in, that is of all the elements of the earth, as to why we all took birth, and to God to say that. Anything that looks like something that only goes so far and does not lead us into a level of transient consciousness, we're not interested in. Basically, what they're saying is, dear Lord, bring us to a level of heaven on earth. And for whatever reasons, right now, it does just not look like that. Do you understand that? That's what they're doing. Just like the Muslims, just like the Hindus, just like the firemen, just like the policemen, just like everyone else in groups that we cluster, and we use all of our muster to say, dear Lord, please bring upon this beautiful sacred world a blessing. Stop messing around with the bullshit. You have been lied to and still being lied to. Look at the beauty of those Wiccans who want the same as everyone. Humanity, unity, love, purpose. And this religion of Wiccan has been around for thousands of years. This religion of Christianity has been around for thousands of years. None of this started by happenstance. It all started by happenings of the divine creator. We can do it now, or we can do it later. Stop being an instigator with your bullshit and your nonsense and ignorance about what you've been taught and bought into. Move into the truth of who you are and your compassion and your love. And use your faith as you would declare it to be, to allow you to see the tree of life in everything that represents that which is whole and beautiful. Stop being a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. The solution. Look at your brother and your sister. Look at their qualities as a human being. Words say a lot. Actions say everything. And in those who may not look like you or wear the same garb or guise as you, you will see your own Christianity. You will see your own Hinduism, your own Buddhist, your own Muslim. You will see your own Wiccanism. Because those are just isms. The greatest ism is that which lives inside of you. And it looks just like this. Wiccan, Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, Islam, Baha'i faith, Jainism, Judaism, when they follow this model, labels become stupid. They reveal our ignorance to that which is infinite, which lies. Is the truth lies truth? Paradoxically, a lie in the truth. That which lies as the truth within all sovereign human beings. Dear Lord, I bless this world and I hope we all wake up. And I'm telling you, as I have been for the last 2 years, you think this is a lot? Now it's time to get shit or get off the pot. It's about to get redonkulously mad. Everyone needs your anchor. Be the anchor of light. Bring in an angel of light. Lavender soul, angel of light. Someone having an experience of an angel in their bedroom. It'll change your life forever. Change your life forever. Listen to this track.
She turned to me and told surprised at the simpleness of her soul. Wasting away in a sea of uncertainty, she had stayed with me for days. I needed love in so many different ways. And as I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Never leave. Angel of love, will you always be with me, so I can let go? Reveal to me the beauty of your soul. I turned away, her light was so blinding, the energy of her love. She said goodbye and turned into a dove. And as I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Never leave. She turned to me, told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. Reveal to me the beauty of your soul.
Welcome back to Center of Light, final segment. Thank you everyone for being here. I love you beyond measure. It is my pleasure to be a part of the treasure trove of your life. Your life is more valuable than you can imagine. If it wasn't, you would already be off of this earth. Illness, car accident, this, that, or the other thing. You are that important. But don't get lost in the nonsense of what you think is your life, because who you are so surpasses all of that. Your transgressions are done. The lamb was sacrificed 2,000+ years ago. You're done. It's it. It's over. All the nonsense is over unless you continue to buy into it. Spirit wants to speak. Not that Spirit hasn't. I'm not trying to make a separation. I am intending to fall inside so I can get what the most I know is Keith out of the way and give you one of the reasons you came here is to be touched. So the times of your soul's tuning fork can begin to resonate. No time to hesitate as we move into the plate of all that is delicious and nutritious. So it may seem like this presentation so far has been about defending the Wiccans. Ha! Goddamn right it's been about that. Because it has been overlooked too often, the beautiful practice of Wiccan. What does that mean? It means that they're no different than anyone else. They have the same beauty, love, and divine intention as everyone else. It's just called Wiccan. You may be called a Jones. You may be called a Johnson. You may be called a Smith. You may be called a fireman, policeman, Buddhist, Christian, this. But it's all myth, because when it comes down to the truth, don't be aloof. The fact that comes to you said everyone wants the same thing. And so in this way, the Wiccans need their defending, so to speak. Trust me when I tell you, they will stand on their own. As a pillar of light in all delight, love, power, and might, they will forever be effulgent with the light of 10,000 suns. Just like any Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, or whoever, whatever. The greatest endeavor is to move beyond the nonsense. As you already know through this vessel that has been coming to you for the last couple of years, all love, blood, sweat, and tears, as you might in all delight towards the light in all your effort, in all your folly, in all your jolly. Spirit steps again forth this night to give you something that is polyistic. Did you miss that? Polyistic, polytheistic. That the one God is in many forms. In Donald Trump, in the Christian way, in the Buddhist way, in the Wiccan way. So where does it all lie? It lies right in the middle. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So the Christians say, and so the Wiccans say. So it's been said together, and forever it will forever be. Do you see or do you not see? Blessed be, glory be, and there it is free for everyone to experience. So there's no more miscommunication, miss or mister. The energy that moves through the vessel. He does not know how to describe it as it should be. Same as the Christians and those of the light that follow the trump, and same as the others that follow the rump of the trump and the bump of the trump. They're here to pump into everyone their beautiful understanding as well as everyone else. Witches. Sounds horrible. Sounds dark. Truthfully, what is dark is one's ignorance about understanding what that actually is. So what do you do about that? You look at yourself and say, I don't have a full understanding. So fully understanding that, you go to Webster's Dictionary and do your research into history, and you will see that it will align perfectly, beautifully, and powerfully with your own belief and understanding. They're not opposing anything, the Wiccans that is. They're supporting everything that is, which is beautiful, to a level that maybe others are might not accepting, allowing, and or appreciating themselves. And that is what scares the dickens out of everyone else as to why you would be labeled a witch and be burned at the stake. You can bet your stakes on this. The fire's being turned up. The fire's being turned up. Ironically, this is the tip of the iceberg. But as the fire gets ever hotter, you could ever get hotter or ever cooler. It's really up to you. To be a know-it-all or to be a schooler. One that wants to integrate, initiate, and graduate into the greatest possibility. As an example of the human being so everyone can follow suit about the feet that you beat down your path. And at last, everyone will reach the same goal. But the goal is not the goal, it is the journey. Are you a lamplight? Are you a spotlight? Are you a beacon? Are you a lighthouse? Spirit wants to share with you tomorrow, literally tomorrow, watch. Literally tomorrow, watch. Keith has an issue with this because he's worried about that this will manifest. Watch tomorrow. Watch tomorrow. Watch tomorrow. Watch tomorrow. Also watch the day after. The day after. And that after. And the hereafter. And the aftermath of all that is being burnt away. As Keith would say, in the cave of Samadhi. Where the transient world gets tossed into the purifying fires of love. Into the purifying fires of love. You are not equal. You're not below. You're not above. You are that which push and shove. Equal meaning. You're not equal meaning. You don't want to see yourself as equal. You always want to push and shove, bug and tussle your way through all the muscle and the might that is always causing fright. Always causing fright. Your time on this earth, dear one, is so sacred. You have no idea what is coming down the pike for you. Love or like for you. Dismay or spite for you. You are being called not to be appalled, into that space right there. That space is your grace. It's the breath you take every day and the energy that is your saving grace. That's it. That's your spiritual might. That's your delight. That's your plight, the answer to your plight. And all love and light, may you express that kind of might and excite your soul to not be sold. And that is the sole reason you are here, my dear. It should be loud and clear. Do you hear the expression of spirit? Dear Lord, do you hear it? It's not about Trump and it's not about the bump. Everyone wants the same thing. Even on the spiritual level where Yanava expresses itself from. Don't be dumb. Don't be numb. Become everything that you have always been offered to become through these presentations for the last few years. All of you, my beautiful, sexy human being dears. The world is changing. More so, the world is burning. Step back. Look. Become the meek. You will do that as you seek for the truth. Which is, I'm not trying to find something. I'm trying to find myself. And in so doing, the truth presents itself, which says to all of us, suddenly, through the silence, my God, suddenly through the silence, and in all forms of violence, the new world simply appears. I don't know what to do with myself in this moment. And I'm happy about that. I love you beyond measure. It is my pleasure. Look for it. It's coming down your Facebook, social media pike. Wiccans, witches, casting a spell on Donald Trump. Don't believe it. They want the same thing as the Trump followers. We all want the same thing. Humanity is the most beautiful expression of Creator. There is no greater expectation, no greater apex, no greater manifestation of God than the human being. That includes you. That is you. In fact, there's nothing else but you. When you understand that, initiate it, integrate it, and graduate it, you, my cosmic sibling, like I effort to do every day of my life, is to become that beautiful, infinite possibility, so that we can all become the personification and the truth and the testimony of heaven on earth. I believe in you. I believe in you. I love you beyond measure. Yarava. It is complete. How sweet is that? What a delicious treat.